We welcome you and greet you in the warm and loving spirit of unity and in recognition with all people and all communities of faith throughout the world. In unity, we bless and embrace people of every race, culture, lifestyle, and creed. We honor and celebrate the many paths to God, the many names for God, and the many ways in which to experience God. We affirm there is only one presence and one power active in your life and mine. So, Louise is our daily word reader today. Quietness. I need that.
Maybe something we all need. Good morning. So, I hope Linda gets enough of it today to relax and get well. Quietness. I am refreshed and renewed. Sometimes, especially on my busiest days, I need to be quiet, to step away for a few moments and simply be. I begin by finding a comfortable place. I feel my body relax, my breathing become regular and easy, and the busy stream of my thoughts slow as I open my mind and heart to the divine presence within me. I affirm God is here. Relax, excuse my voice this morning. Relaxation deepens as I focus on this simple thought. Peace, love, wisdom, and understanding fill my awareness. In this timeless moment, there is no discord. There are no concerns. There is only God within and all around me. My heart's wisdom hears the words, I am with you always. Refreshed and renewed, I return to the activities of my day. My soul is at peace and my mind is clear. Inner harmony is restored. Be still and know that I am God. From Matthew 46, verse 10. Thank you.
Okay, I think I'm on. I'm on. Powered up. So, as you may have noticed, Linda's not here today. Let's keep her in her prayers for wellness. She is not feeling well. So, here I am. You got me. And Kathleen. So, I'm so looking forward to Kathleen stepping in and helping us out. If this is your first Sunday with us, welcome. Do we have brand new people today? If so, would you like to tell us your name so we just can better get to know you? Welcome, welcome, Jonathan. Woo. And Diane, are you new? Welcome, Diane. We're really glad you're here. Oh, hi, Sandy.
I haven't been here in a long time, and I do love it here. I want to tell you, I'm here on a special mission. I always am doing something like that. I am here to bring my friend Bryce here, who lives in the corner, so that someone in this wonderful group would want to go and pick him up at church every Sunday and take him home. And I'll tell you, he is amazing to get to know. And that is my real reason for being here, but I love being here with you all. I feel like this is part of my family.
Cute.
I missed you all, and it really moves me to be here. And Jonathan Paul, he lives in my home, and he is a youth team member. He's been a youth team member, I'd say, over 65 years.
Wow.
And so, you know, he is around of unity in the whole creation and the whole beginning of it, and he's an active member in Delaware.
Cool.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Welcome, Sandy. So here's a really good reason for you to keep coming back. No excuses anymore.
All over the world. And he knows that some of the universities she is world class, and I'm thrilled that now we can have another speaker who I'm sure is also going to be equally as good. I'm very interested.
I think I'm vastly honored to appear today. No comparison.
Well, hello? Did you turn me on again? Oh, am I on? Okay. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes I don't know. So let's talk about what's happening this week. Okay, on the 19th, which is Wednesday, there's drumming with Lena. She has returned to us on Wednesday a month, and she has drums, she has rattles, she has whatever you need. So don't worry about having drums in order to come to the drumming circle. It's fun and it's wonderful. I love it. Okay, and on the 22nd, the men's group gets to meet at COA. Is it COA or COA?
Koa.
Yeah, I think Children
Yummy.
of Alcoholics when I hear COA. Sorry. Oh, online it says it's
It's Koa.
maybe she's twice a month. Okay, I didn't realize that. So she'll be here on the 2nd at 5:30. April 6th, it's our annual meeting. And our monthly end of the month potluck has been rescheduled to April 6th so that we can have our potluck at the same time as the annual meeting. Please come. You're yes. And April 24th is David Roth. Now, David was here last year, and he's amazing, absolutely amazing. And we really want to get the word out so that more people can attend and hear him. He is such a joy and a delight. And he comes to the area once a year. He's from the East Coast, and he comes to visit us once a year. So if there's any way you can be here, please do. And please tell all of your friends. We want a full house to welcome him. Oh. No, it's April 24th, which is a Saturday, right? It's a Thursday? I'm sorry, I should be more informed. Oh, the time is to be announced. Probably when he gets
About a
out
month.
here, he'll let us know what time he'll be here. He does a thing up the coast, so the time will be announced, and it's a Thursday. Okay, thank you. And we're now going to prepare for the meditation. Oh no, I forgot one thing. Our prayer team. Okay, our prayer team is busy and active, and we get lots of prayer requests. There is a box over on the credenza, the wood box, that you can put your prayer requests in, and the requests are sitting by the prayer box. Please feel free to put them in. We'll pick them up. We'll pray on them for 30 days, and then after 30 days, we send them to Unity Worldwide, and they pray on them for another 30 days. So your prayers are heard and your prayers are spoken. Okay, meditation song.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for these friends, Spirit. Thank you for these friends. These beautiful, beautiful, beautiful friends. These beautiful, beautiful, beautiful friends. Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for this life. This wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. This wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. Let's do it again. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. beautiful, beautiful, beautiful friends. Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for this life. This wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. This wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. Good job. So am I on? Yeah. So this is going to be what I call a Koth meditation. So we have three centers. You've got your head, your heart, and your belly center. This is a belly center, the Koth. So from the Koth, I want you to feel supported as you enter into this particular meditation. And there's a mudra that goes with that. And it's actually like this. You just take your hands, bend them over, and put those, maybe across your belly button as you're sitting there. And just let it relax. So you're supporting your Koth. Okay. So if you'd like to close your eyes. In meditation, it's not enough that the mind be quiet. It's also necessary for the body to be sensitive and attuned to the belly center. This Koth, and sometimes called the hara, is literally the geographical center of the human body. It's about 2 inches below your belly button, and with practice it can become a felt known. This particular mudra is just a way to feel free and relaxed, and a way to hold this particular belly center. The belly center is also known as your grounding center. So let your awareness now drop down and become aware of the slight pressure of your thumb touching your Koth point. We want our body to feel supported to enter this meditation. And that includes awareness of our back and our sides. Pull yourself upright and back. Sense your back and your sides. Lengthen the back of your neck by pulling it back and letting the jaw relax. The tongue is touching the upper palate. Facial muscles begin to relax. Be aware of the thighs on the chair and feel your feet on the ground. Here's a secret learned from those who meditate. If you give your mind 3 or more points of contact, the thinking stops. 3 or more points of contact, and the thinking stops. We're all touching our Koth point. Awareness is in the belly center. We are following our breathing, up and down. Drop your awareness to your belly center, keeping a slight pressure on your Koth point as you follow your breath up and down as you inhale and exhale. You breathe at your own pace. This will be a 5-minute silent meditation. And when you're ready, you can begin to open your eyes. Take a deep breath. And come back into the present moment. And I believe we've got a song coming up. Okay. Say again?
You forgot to introduce yourself.
I will do that.
Mic on? Oh, hello. Thank you. In honor of St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, we're going to do a little bit of a Celtic song by Carrie Newcomer. Let it go, my love, my truest. Let it sail on silver wings. Life's a twinkling, that's for certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, there's a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. I can't explain it, I couldn't if I tried. How the only things we carry are the things we hold inside. Like a day out in the open, like the love we won't forget, like the laughter that we started and hasn't died down yet. Let it go, my love, my truest. Let it sail on silver wings. Life's a twinkling, that's for certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. Oh yeah, now didn't we? And don't we make it shine? Aren't we standing in the center of something rare and fine? Some glow like embers or a light through colored glass. Some give it all in one great flame, throwing kisses as they pass. Let it go, my love, my truest. Let it sail on silver wings. Life's a twinkling, that's for certain. And we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. Just east of Eden, but there's heaven in our midst, and we're never really all that far from those we love and miss. Wade out in the water, there's glory all around. The wisest says there's 1,000 ways to kneel and kiss the ground. Let it go, my love, my truest. Let it sail on silver wings. Life's a twinkling, that's for certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirit when we all meet again, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again.
So some of the Irish brogue might come sneaking out. My name is Kathleen Tomick. So I have, that's the only thing I've got green today. I wore blue because, as I told Reverend Linda, I'll keep at least 2 talks ahead because you may need a relief. And so I got a call at 7:25 this morning. She had already called Deidre. Deidre didn't answer, but I did. So, and the talk is, I have a topic for this talk. It's called knowingness. And it's actually an aspect, and Unity teaches about aspects. This one is called awareness or knowingness, either way. And just my token green for the day. So today's talk is about knowingness, a particular kind of knowingness, what Unity calls the still small voice. And it impacts us internally. many of you may know this voice when it shows up, because it has a you know that you know when it shows up. Okay, I'm listening. So how many of you have had that experience? Something? Yeah? Oh, a lot of, yeah. So this is very common. So the first question with a raising of hands, how many times do you trust the knowing? Trust the knowing? Trust the knowing when it shows up. Does it, you trust it? Yes, that's true. Or did you sometimes ignore it? Yeah, that's true. Like maybe I'm driving and it says mayonnaise, and I thought, oh. And I get home and all I've got is hard-boiled eggs, or eggs, I'd hard-boil them, but I had no mayonnaise. I couldn't do anything but hard-boil them. So that's just one way I ignore. So we are each blessed with two unique pathways of knowing as a human being. Our familiar knowingness has to do with thinking and memory, and reasoning and labeling, of course, and it's called conceptual knowing, big word, conceptual knowing. And what that means is it registers in the mind's memory. Something shows up, even if it's just a blip, and it's there for a moment. So non-conceptual knowingness is the awareness of, shapes or colors or movements, but it comes through your senses. This particular knowing can be known through all senses. So I'm going to label it, because Charles Fillmore labeled, a spiritual knowing. It's a spiritual knowing, and it is a non-conceptual awareness. So we are impacted, but there's no memory embedding in this particular pathway. It's always open, it's always receiving, it's always there for our awareness, for our growth. So you may think about the experience, and it can be remembered. And why is that, you might ask? Because there is a differentiation, but not necessarily a discrimination. You know there's something, but you don't always know what it is. So we refer to this perception without recognition as non-conceptual awareness. Now that's a lot of words, but refer to what is a felt sensing or felt known. And mine is very busy most of the time. It lets me know many things. And that is a sensate knowing rather than thought out. It's actually the first way, where is our little baby girl? There she is in the back. So it's the first way the baby responds, through its felt known. It feels something, it explains. If it's too hot or too cold, it will let that mama know instantly. It's just the way it goes. It's a girl. Arigato gozaimasu. How cool. So it's far more fundamental than cognitive knowing. It's just a knowing. Yet it possesses at the same time a discriminating knowingness. Eastern traditions often call it essential or spiritual awareness. Unity does that too. This awareness on the essential level is deeper than the chakras or the latayafs. Those are more Sufi, but if you know anything about that. But for all of us, these can be developed, but it's rare to have access to all 6 of the, but I'm going to call them the latayafs, because that's how I learned them. So this particular demonstration is not a result of the mind's labels. This is something that comes in, and you know that you know that you know, and you can't deny you know it. Today I thought we'd take a look at our sensate awareness, just because I support Reverend Linda, and I told her I'll keep 2 talks ahead, because if you need me, you call me. She called me at 7:25 this morning and said, I already called Deidre, no answer. I said, no problem. And here we are. So let's see how this works. If you are willing, this is kind of a hands-on. If you are willing, place your hand on one knee. You're easy to do that. I can't do that, but I can place it on my belt. So you got your wear with one hand. Now just pause and close your eyes until I say open your eyes. So keep your eyes closed. Now bring your attention to that area where your hand is resting on your body. Simply focus on the felt sense. If you have a sensation in your knee or a slight hand pressure, you are conscious of your knee. The presence of sensation indicates consciousness. Just be aware of the sensation of the slight pressure. That sensation itself is your consciousness. It's your living being. You are experiencing the consciousness of the sensation. This is one way to get a glimpse of pure consciousness. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And in words, I'll try to describe that. Then cessation of the knee, which is your consciousness of the knee, is the shape that consciousness takes in this location. Very malleable. I'll say that again. The sensation of the knee, which is of course your consciousness of the knee, is the shape that consciousness takes in this location. So wherever you were touching your body. So if you were able to suspend your differentiating mind, you will see there is no knee really. There's no such thing as a knee, really. Only the sensation that we call the knee. We'll give it a name. But that sensation is consciousness. Your very consciousness, your living being. So you might have been taught as a child that lump of sensation is called a knee. Mama said baby's knee, mama's leg, whatever, patty cake. It's the same with your capacity to this is a hard word here. It's the same with your capacity to discriminate your inner impressions, such as thoughts and emotions. And when your capacity of inherent discrimination is obscured, for whatever reason, it manifests in our normal way as thinking. Your beingness is what you are. Your beingness is what you are. I like to say that in the world, but not of it. And once we realize that we are spirit, not just a body, spirit, not just a body, it's a whole other way of yellow and shiny. Essence as essential awareness is in all your sensations, emotions and mental thoughts, but it's not any of them. Our perception and our sensations depend on our awareness of distinctions, on our awareness of distinctions. This is how the mind works. We may not think about this breaking it down this much, but beings, yes, the eyes, the seeing, yes, there's so many. So what you may not know is that you have all 5 inner senses too. So there's not just the outer senses, but in the spiritual world, if you're delving on the level of deepness, there are 5 inner senses. So we have inner seeing, inner smelling, inner hearing, inner smelling, inner hearing, inner tasting, and even inner touch. So this is kind of an interesting topic. So inner knowing exists as our 6th sense. And you all probably understand that when you know something, but you don't know why you know it, we'll call that the 6th sense, because it's outside the 5 senses of seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, touching. So what I want everyone to come away with today is learn to trust your still small voice. So in Unity, we call that the still small voice. Because in hindsight, it's never wrong. So when you get an aha, I trust it. See what happens. Learn to trust it. Eventually, we learn to trust our knowing when it arises, no matter how subtle or outlandishly our ego responds. And why would we do that? Because we can we learn it never lies. So if you ever go about trying to understand why you get knowings, it's because they're speaking to you from your inner senses. And that's inner hearing that you're getting. So what is this awareness that knows? It's called presence or living being. Since being is pure consciousness, it's capable of direct awareness of itself. Well, that's a big statement. It does not require thinking or deduction for it to know itself. Unlike your egoic personality, which only knows itself through, I'll say, acquired knowledge, learned things, the experience of being is a pure sensation of consciousness. I am that I am. I know I am that. So why this topic of knowingness, you may be thinking? So I guess it was my own journey of trying to understand what are these principles that I'm being taught through Unity. And this was many years back. This was probably 1984 maybe, when I first discovered Unity. I'm going to go out on a branch and say that we can really only be bright and discerning only because there is an aspect called knowingness or awareness in our soul that is the pure presence of intelligence. And you are all heir to that. So Charles Fillmore, founder of Unity, called aspects divine ideas. So if you've taken any classes, this is something you would have heard. So more this aspect of discernment is integrated into our psyche or our soul, the more our understanding and our actions are intelligent. I trust what I know. I've learned trust what I know. So just pause there. How often do you trust what you know? How often do you question it? It's okay to question it. That's good, because you get answers that way. But pure knowing exists on the essential level, or you could call it the spiritual level. It is a truth. We are able to discern truth. We can know what is true and what is not true in our experience. Because inherent in our soul is a quality that is called truth, just truth. Has anyone read Lessons in Truth by Emily Cady? It's probably somewhere in the library in this place somewhere. There's that little book called Lessons in Truth. Yeah. It was the first book I read as a student in Unity. It was years before I understood. It's not about a particular truth, but the consciousness of presence, actually the living beingness itself that is experienced as a presence of truth. It's the first thing I tell my students, you're all living beings. They're just living being. So it's an experience, a knowing, not simply an idea in the mind. And it's a pure fact. I would say it's a pure truth, and it's a facet of our nature. Very awesome, that truth. So in self-realization, we can experience ourselves as presence, where presence is both being and knowingness. And the reason we experience knowingness and being as a single phenomenon is that presence is the presence of consciousness. Now that sounds like I'm talking in circles here, but it's pure consciousness. And if you're the type that wants to know on the level of, well, what is it, then you do things in the mind to try to figure out what are they telling me? What are they actually trying to get me to comprehend? And I get the first part. Pure consciousness is more fundamental than the content of my mind. I am living being. Wow. And just holding that in meditation brings up a breath of, and I don't mean breath from breathing, breath of expansion. It allows the experiencing of truth. not really of our consciousness, because it doesn't require an object, but you're just experiencing what's there in that moment. At some point, however, you come to the recognition of essential truth. And it's not an insight about something, but it's the apprehending of it. You get it. Immediate reality of the moment. I am that. Wow. It's an actual happening. Some of you may have experienced this. Any hands willing to go up? Yeah, thank you. It's a gift. It's a gift of grace to know that you are a living being. It does require a few things. Unity of heart, maybe, mind and sensation, head, belly, heart, mind, all together. All of our centers open, willing to take in energy, take in knowingness, take in whatever there is. The heart opens in compassion, a sensitivity that can bring shivers. Having never experienced on that level before, the first time I was like, all I could say is, I am that. Wow. So there's a sensitivity to the mind's discernment that comes with that knowing. And a loving desire to know the truth is also essential. So what we're to speak about is the capacity of the presence of discrimination. All of that, rest of that was just a lead-in. So because this presence of discrimination transforms life into a process of discovery and revelation, and you get to know on levels you didn't think were even possible. And at the same time, the essential level is its own realm, existing independently of who and what we are doing. That's the physical. This is the spiritual. This is also you. You are a living being within a body. The one sure quality needed to be on this journey, and I'm calling this the journey to, with, and as presence, is curiosity. What the heck is going on here? Curiosity brings in a lightheartedness and a playfulness, an ease and a flow, and invites a sense of adventure and discovery. And we have the three centers of head, heart, and gut, thinking, feeling, and sensing. So curiosity is a playful quality that invites not only adventure, but experimentation in the process of discovering the nature of reality. So I got to play with this. So I mentioned the aspect of joy. I would guess that's my aspect I most know. There's joy. And I don't call it just happiness. There's joy. Joy. It's the heart's delight in participating in the creative dynamism of the soul's unfolding. It brings joy to me. For another, it may bring grace or contemplation or something else. But this is the creative dynamism of the soul's unfoldment. You don't have to ask questions with words. There's no limits in understanding, ever. There never was limits in understanding. I'm sure there are times in my life I said, well, you're so stupid, Kathleen. So I'll just throw that out there. If you're the type that's hard on yourself once in a while, we've all done that. Yes, ego thoughts can kill curiosity, usually because of a belief that there has to be a process to follow or an end in mind, maybe. Well, curiosity is a lovely word. Involves your love for truth and your joy in the truth. So true curiosity is a very rare quality today. We most often see it in the play of children. We're going to have a baby here, a little baby. I never could make babies, so I'm just delighted that we're going to have a little baby. My mother ran a daycare center. I got to take care of a lot of babies. True curiosity, it's just a rare quality. And my mother took in newborn babies, infants and toddlers, and I was very blessed by their curiosity, and I was the oldest of her 6 children, and I was a mini-mom. Whatever she said to do, I did. And so to watch a baby, when they're curious, the child becomes absolutely, completely absorbed in the activity of whatever they're looking at. Whatever. Usually that's the first thing they do is try to put it in their mouth. This is really true. Satisfied, they probably go like this. And now they're looking for, oh, wow, strings. So the child gets totally absorbed, completely enraptured into whatever they're looking at, whatever they're playing with, whatever they're experiencing. And this is enjoying and loving investigation. Well, you can do that with your own mind too, about living being. Works great. So this is just the attitude necessary for inner transformation, to be that open, to be willing to look. We may call it work. There's always work. Always work, whether it's on a spiritual level or not. But it is more like play when you're working on yourself. Really, because there's a love for truth and there's a curiosity, and it has many aspects can show up. For me, it shows up as joy. For another, it might show up with contentment or wonder or curiosity. It's just whatever it comes up. Curiosity, by the way, can be seen as the essential aspect of joy. If you're curious, if you're really curious, there's so much to find out in life. Oh my gosh, why did that one do that? What is going on in this world? Yeah. It's just the attitude necessary for inner transformation. It's more like play than work. Because when there's love for truth and curious about it, then there is the joy. It brings the joy. Wow. Curiosity can be seen as the essential aspect of joy. And I may have said that 3 times already. No, that's okay. The joy, like love, is a heart quality, which again is an expression of truth. And as a truth student, we really love the truth. We want to know the truth. So that attitude is of paramount importance in terms of exploring yourself. You want to know the truth. It's central. It's a crucial aspect of inner work. It's curiosity. You need to be curious about everything. It's a lifelong gift to yourselves. I'd highly recommend it. This is the method and the goal and the path. There's no need to be enlightened to becoming curious. You just let it open up. We all have curiosity. Yeah. Curiosity is an innate capacity in each of us. Paradoxically, the first thing we need to do is not seek curiosity. When you explore what is here and now, everything is looked at always like it's the first time. Oh, what's this with it? I could do lots of things with that. So that's called inquiry. Inquiry. So an ongoing way of knowing yourself from the inside out, from the center of your own experience. And it's where we discover our own truth. Yeah. The untouched true nature of what we are. Curiosity involves love for truth. True curiosity is a very rare quality. Children have it. Bless the children, they have it. Watch a puppy, a small puppy, a kitty. Animals have curiosity too. Our ego usually does try to kill our curiosity to avoid exposure of its falsehoods. I'll say it's stories, which tells us stories which we don't need to believe. We could check it out for ourselves. But it's a free moment when you're curious, when you're completely in love and at peace with yourself, with your existence. You love it so much, you just want to know everything about it. This is the journey that unity offers. You get to know who and what and is what and everything else and how to do about it, whatever to do about it. In other words, your head, your heart, your belly opens, both inner, outer. There's a level of curiosity in all your centers. I have to tell you the little story about I had met Reverend Jetery was my past minister. Reverend Linda, she was still in her chemo days, so she sent me a text. And the first time I met her, she said, "I love you." I said, "I love you." I mean, it was so intimate, so amazing. It opened everything in me, everything. This is a woman that loves. And she just offered that to me and folded me into it. How could I not love that? It was the most amazing thing. She had already let me speak on her platform. She was already letting me hold classes. She had never met me. Just the title, licensed teacher. Yeah. So try to completely surrender to your defenses. Let yourself become aware of them. Because that's the only way you can transition from ego to beingness. Yeah. It hinges on the abandonment of defense. You need to let go of your defenses. So this mirrors the age-old spiritual understanding that surrender is realization. So the Hindus call this the state of samadhi. If anyone practiced anything in the Hindu tradition? Yeah. So samadhi is actually a sleeping, a waking sleep, or what could I say it? A quietude. You're completely aware. It's a very intense concentration state. And in this state, the personality is actually allowed to die. It's actually allowed to let go. You can let go and be held. And to dissolve on that level, for me, was to become totally merged with whatever it was, the experience. To let go on that level was a big step. Big step. So the aim of inquiry, and on that level I'm going,
Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Kathleen.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Your lesson makes me think about Ted Lasso. I don't know how many of you have watched Ted Lasso, but there's a scene in it where he tells this man who's kind of a jerk, it's the best way I can describe him, that he was picked on and teased, and he discovered for himself later on that he wasn't the problem. The problem was people that weren't curious. And curious is about life. It's about what we are and what we do. It's one of my favorite scenes in the series. Be curious. Yes. We're grateful for your gifts, your ongoing gifts and love offerings. You can offer your gift here in the sanctuary or make donations through unitysv.org or by mail. We bless every single gift we receive with love and in the realization that as you give, the ministry continues to thrive and what you have given returns to you multiplied, pressed down, and running over. Let's bless our offering. I give joyfully and easily, for God is my source, and abundance is my nature. Thank you for your generosity. Do we have children today? Let's bring in the children and bless them. Is it Lily Rose? 3 kids. Hi, Lily. Hi, Wilder. And who's this little person? Kailani? Kailani? Well, hi, Kailani. Welcome. Okay. Children of light, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are. Yes. We're so glad you're here. Okay, let's join. I'm sorry, did somebody say something? Oh, wow. Happy birthday, honey. How old? 7 years old. To you. Happy birthday to you. That's wonderful. Please join me in the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds you. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Okay, let's join hands for the peace song. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week.